Hi everybody, hope you're all well. Just making a quick video to guide you through the first steps of how to use Loom. Hopefully some of you might find it useful to take some baby steps into making some online lessons for our students. Four main objectives that I want to cover. The first one, what is Loom? Second, how does it work? Thirdly, how can we use it to support online teaching and learning? And the fourth, some top tips, things that I've learned over the past 3 or 4 weeks as I've been trying to get to grips with Loom. Some time-saving tips, some things that might make it work for us, for Edmodo, and getting our students to engage and interact with the resources that we will hopefully be creating. So to start with, what is Loom? Well, Loom, in very simple terms, is a way to record your computer screen and what's going on it. There's sort of 3 different ways you can do that, which I'll talk to you about in a moment. The good thing is that it's free for teachers and for students. So Loom have recently made this free for all teachers. So make sure that you sign up for an account using your school email address. If you don't, then you won't get quite as much functionality with it. So use your school email address, and it's not just free for the duration of COVID-19, for lockdown, they've made it free for the foreseeable future. So a really good tool. For some of you, it really will benefit your teaching going forwards. How can you get it on your Surface? Well, hopefully relatively easily. I went to Google, did a quick Google search. Loom came out top. You can see my screenshot over here. The second one down, I went to the desktop app and I clicked on the desktop app and it gave me this screen here, which is download for PC. Click on that and my Surface it allowed me to install it on my desktop, and I started using it straight away. If you are having trouble, do get in touch with Tom or Liam. I'm sure they'll be able to sort you out remotely by getting onto your desktop from wherever you are and wherever they are, and it should be a fairly straightforward download and fix. So how does Loom work? Well, it works in three different ways depending on how you feel about using Loom. The first one, which is the one that I've been using mostly since I started to use Loom, was this where I was recording the screen on my computer, maybe a PowerPoint. I've been sort of trying to have a go at using my pen to draw diagrams and record over my voiceover as I've been doing that. But on top of that, it gives you a little camera in the bottom left-hand corner with video footage of you talking on it as well. So it gives you that engagement with the students. They can see your face and hear your voice as you're talking and showing them the video or the PowerPoint or the diagram that you are working with on your screen. The second one is your screen only. So some of you might not want your photograph in the bottom left-hand corner as you are going through. So you just get your desktop, it's recording your screen, and they can hear your voice over the top of it. The third version, or the third choice, is a way to use your camera only. So it's the camera on your Surface videoing you talking, but there is no recording of your desktop. So very much like using the camera to record a video on your phone or on your Surface in a normal way. Just going to take you through, if I can close this down, just going to take you through and show you what it looks like on my desktop. So I've installed it. You can see Loom appears as an icon on here. It also appears on, let me get it up. It also appears as a tiny icon in the top right hand corner, and that is, just close that down, and that shows that's sort of the Google Chrome part of Loom that you could use. So I'm just going to open that back up and see. Okay, so here it is. I'll just talk you through this very briefly. It can look quite complicated to start with. You can see the blue line bouncing up and down. That's showing that my microphone on my Surface is picking up my voice, which means that I can record quite happily as soon as I start to record. You can also see camera front. So if I drop that down, when I first started my first Loom, my camera, when it turned on, was actually facing the rear view, so I couldn't see my face. I could see what was on the other side of the Surface in whichever way I was looking. So if you're struggling with your camera, there's your little drop down. If you choose camera front, it's going to look at you and record you and your face as you are as you're talking. You can see the three choices at the top that I talked about earlier. So screen and camera with your face, screen only and camera only. Make the choice, and then all that's left to do really is to press the start recording button. As you'll see, it starts recording. It gives you a 3 count so that you've not got any false starts in your videos. So 3, 2, 1, pause, and off you go with it. And at that point, it disappears. The camera's here. You can see the camera showing my photograph in the bottom corner. You can click on 3 dots over it and it'll change. You can change the size of this. That's the smallest version of your of the camera. You can have a bigger circle, or you can have the whole screen, which for me is a little bit scary. So I tend to leave it on that small version there. Big screen, and as you can see, whilst I'm recording, I've got full use of the screen. I can you know, manipulate and go through PowerPoints. I can draw on the screen. I can do whatever I want to do with it, which is fantastic. Okay, so at that point I'm recording. Once you've done that, you can then see if it works. Here we go. I've pressed the little red button that was on the side. It's stopped it, and straight away it's taken the video and gone back onto. It's gone onto the sort of the Loom web page where your account will be when you set it up. So this is my account. This is the video that I've just been recording with you, and very much like other websites, like making YouTube videos and things, straight away here it's got the title, so you can click on the title and you can type in whatever it is that you want. So I could just put Loom test video, get rid of that, there it is. I can trim the video. You can see there's some little bits over here for editing, so you can you can trim it. You can put a custom thumbnail on it, so if you don't like where your video started, you could put a picture of whatever your video might be. And then up here, probably most important for us, are the privacy settings. So you can change those privacy settings with the drop down. You can see that you can make it public, okay, or as I would recommend, that you go to the link sharing and leave it on that. Therefore, only people that you share the link with can view your video. So it's not going to be out there in the public domain on YouTube, in the ether, forever and a day for anyone and everyone to watch. Okay. So once that's there, you you see this copy link. I have used the copy link bar in order to copy the address of this video, and that's the address that I paste onto Edmodo and ask students to go to that and to watch the video itself. It seems to work really well. You can post the link into certain classes, so only certain classes can watch the video. You can post it into larger groups if it's something for a year group, maybe an assembly or whatever it might be, but it all seems to work nicely, and students haven't had any problems accessing that. In fact, students seem to like it quite a lot. If you want to download your video, this is the button here. This is the download button, and see if I click on it, okay, it will start to download, and then you can save that to YouTube. If you've got your own YouTube channel, you could save it to your desktop, and then you can then re-upload that to share it somewhere else with other students. I wouldn't recommend that you download it and try to upload it to Edmodo. Edmodo does not like large files, and therefore it doesn't work really well. The best way to do it is to leave it on Loom, on your own personal Loom account. So you can see from there, if I go to my videos, all of the videos that are on here at the moment, these are my Loom videos that I've been making, and they're there. And I've just got the links to share with students on Edmodo. Okay, so if there's any questions around that, give it a go. And if you're struggling or you're not quite sure, then maybe that's one for the Q&A session on Friday. So we'll just go back to my final bit, just some top tips. I've covered most of them really, I think, but there's 4 tips here that have saved me time. Number 1, I've talked about looking through resources. So if you're going to talk over some resources, have a look through those resources before and think about the types of things you're going to talk about before you make the video, before you sort of start to Loom. The second one links in quite closely with that. I tend to write a short script, some prompts, some things that I need to say on each of the slides or in a certain order, because what I found is that I'll get halfway through a really good take and then all of a sudden I'll miss something out that's been really important, and then I'll stop and start and record again, and it just takes a long time. So maybe have some scripts, have a script, have some prompts, it'll just make things go a little bit more smoothly. The third one, I've talked about it, I've been waving at the camera probably for the whole duration of the video. If you've got your Surface Pen, then do feel free to experiment with just annotating slides up. If you're working through like a visualizer, you could record you writing a model answer or working through a problem on your Surface, which is a really, really good thing for students to see you doing some nice waggles, so that they can maybe complete their classwork or their homework that you've been setting for them. Number 4, I talked about it earlier, I'd recommend that you copy the web link from Loom, upload it to Edmodo and direct students through Edmodo to watch your Loom video. They won't see all of the videos on your account, it will take them to the one video that you want them to watch. So there's a lot of privacy around that, but it's a nice way of sharing a video or a Loom without you dealing with large files and trying to upload them to Edmodo or download them to your desktop and things like that. That's it from me. I hope that's been useful. Give it a go. If you've got any questions, do log in to Zoom at 9 o'clock, between 9 and 10 on Friday morning, and we'll do our best to try and solve any little problems that people have. Hope you're well. Take care. Thanks a lot.